The holidays can be stressful. Life can be stressful, but we're not going to talk about that. I have 16 little de-stressors, little gifts that I give myself sometimes, and that you can do the same. These de-stressors are self-indulgent, but not indulgent on the bank account. They're free or cheap. They're cozy, short term, easy, simple, quick, not complicated, and they should all be safe. So I'm going to get started, and I'm making this fun. I put all 16 of the de-stressors in this jar, and I'm not going to get to them all in one video. So I'm going to open the lid and pull one out. And the first one is to read a small book. Now remember what I said, these de-stressors are quick and easy, short term. So that's why I said read a small book. Now yes, I do read long books, but if I just need something quick to de-stress me, a lot of times I'll just read a small book, whether it be a teen book or a small adult book. There's nothing wrong with reading teen books. In fact, I have one book in particular that I read every year. It just puts me in a good mood. And I haven't read it yet this year, so I will be reading that book soon. It's just a little small book, and I can read it in one setting, and I love it. So that's number one. Number two is I'll give myself a facial. And for those people who want to have a facial but they don't have any facial masks to use, there are some recipes to make one homemade. And I don't have any recipes, but there are plenty on the internet. And if I don't want a facial, then I can just scrub my face and get it clean and make it feel good. So now, number three is I love to soak my feet. I love those bath fizzies that I put in the pan of water, and I just soak my feet, and when I get done, then I'll dry off my feet and put on lotion and then put on some comfortable socks. If I don't have any bath fizzies, then I'll just use whatever I have, whether it be bubble bath or baby oil. I've even put lotion in there before. And I love pampering my feet. And for those of you who say that you have no interest in that, that your feet are good, your feet are not banged up, or you don't have any products to put in a pan of water, that's great. That's great if your feet are good and you don't feel it's necessary to soak them. Number four, I'm going to shake these up. I love to walk. When I get out in nature and walk, it just makes my problems go away. It just eases my mind, and especially if there's things out there that's in bloom, that's a really beautiful fragrance. Now, I don't walk as much as I used to. Back when I was working at my last job, that was my first, last, and only physical labor job. I did not need to take walks because I walked so much at work. I wish I had had one of those, I think it's called a petameter, that tells how many miles you walk every day. Because I know that I walked a lot at work. So I didn't need to take walks. Not the way I did when I was working in office jobs. Back when I worked in office jobs, I took walks all the time because they were necessary. I needed to get up and move. But like I said, my last job was a manual labor job, and now that I'm not working anymore, I will probably get back out there and start walking again once the weather starts getting better. So now I will do number 5, and that is to do one of those things where you're talking to somebody on the phone and you can also see them. I love doing that with my kids. I do the Google Duo, but I think there's other choices, other companies that have those. And I think it is just so cool to be able to talk to someone like that. And certain ways, for me, that's even better than visiting, because when I visit, I get sad and upset when it's time to leave. So this way, I don't have to get sad and upset. And I know it's not the same as actually being there, but it does take away the stress of having to drive there. So yes, I do love talking to my kids on Google Duo, and I just think that's really great. So I'm going to stop here, and I have more of these cozy de-stressors that I will talk about later.